By its very nature, game development can be an exhilarating and frustrating and unpredictable process. So if our 3.0 schedule wasn't that, then you wouldn't be getting the true development experience.
You wouldn't.
Hey everybody, this is Minion Soldier, and this is Ship Updates. Now, as for updates, we saw the Terrapin on Twitter this week, as it is looking pretty good and pretty close to finished, so it's the Terrapin. Hey! Nothing else really to talk about this week, so okay, bye-bye. Now, obviously, with the announcement at the top of ATV that 3.0 is 3.0's release date is, shall we say, nebulous for the time being. Obviously, people are going to expect me to react a certain way to it, and I appreciate being told up front that that's the case, that that's what's going on with 3.0. I'm happy to know it. I'm disappointed. Obviously, I'm sure there isn't anybody out there, from the most hardcore diehard supporter to the biggest naysayer out there. I'm sure there's nobody who isn't disappointed that 3.0 isn't going to be coming out before Gamescom, and probably now I'm guessing probably not until the end of the year, depending on whatever this blocker is, because I doubt it's the L86 combustion pistol. I think, what was it? Citizen Gamer made a really good point in one of his blast casts. I think it was the last one he did, where he was talking about the blockers and the blockers being listed on the what is it, on the production schedule. He's like, these blockers aren't really, this can't be what's holding up 3.0, and I agree with that assessment. As for what it is, I don't know. I mean, when I talk about things, and I say certain things, obviously like the Defender thing, or cockpit views or something like that, I talk about those things because I'm comfortable talking about them, because I understand them. Fighter pilots are supposed to see what they're able to fight, and sometimes I'm a little bit aggressive with these topics, but it's because they're fairly self-evident problems. But when it comes to what's going on the back end with Star Citizen, that's not really my area, So, and we don't really have like a really wordy full description of exactly what's holding things up. I'm assuming it's some kind of problem on the back end, programming wise or whatnot. Maybe it relates to bringing all these pieces together all at once is making it a lot more difficult to integrate them than they originally assumed. Maybe that's it. I doubt it's the same thing that happened with Star Marine the first time around, because when Chris said oh, we'll give you weekly updates, I went, oh shit. Yeah, shit. I mean, yeah, we do want the updates, but instantly that's going to trigger that Star Marine memory in a lot of people. But I don't think it's going to be a situation like that. I think whatever is holding it up, I don't think it's a problem they can't. I hope it's not a problem that they can't surmount, given the right amount of time. But yeah, I am disappointed. I'm sure a lot of people are, and that's fair. And obviously, people are going to have to vent, and that's just going to be the way it is. But I'm not angry, though. I'm not angry about it. It's the same thing with when they were talking about 50 to 100 systems or whatever at launch. I always felt that by the time we get to the point where we have like a few star systems in game, and they're adding a star system here, a star system there, 2 at a time, 3 at a time, as we're kind of growing through the game organically, we're not going to notice it that much. Are we eventually going to get to the 100 star systems? Probably. The star map doesn't really show us 100, but who knows? We'll see. But as for this, like a delay in 3.0, am I disappointed? thoroughly. But I'm not mad. I'm not angry. When I watch these videos, I don't see people not doing their jobs. You know, like I don't see Brian Chambers just sitting there with his feet up on the table, you know, drinking a beer and going like, yeah, I'll get around to it in a few minutes. Just let me finish this beer first. Come on. Like, no, I don't see that. I see a lot of people working hard, so I'm not mad about it. I am, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. You know, I remember, you know, the end of last year, the beginning of the winter, you know, and into the winter of 2017, when I was saying, I can't see this thing coming out before summer. And I was the pessimist, right? Like, I was the pessimist. Everybody was like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 blah. It's going to be out sooner than that. And now we get to the point where we're in the summer. And now it appears that I was the optimist. And I think that's kind of funny. And I think maybe that mitigated any kind of real anger, because truthfully, I have been laughing about that, because it was, you know, reading people's comments and just kind of going back and then looking at the older ones. It was just like, people are now saying like, oh man, you're living in a dream world if you think they're going to get 3.0 out in time for Gamescom. And, you know, back in February, it's like, you're living in a dream world if you don't think 3.0 is going to be out by summer. Come on. You know, it is funny from my perspective, at least that part of it. I mean, everyone's got a right to be disappointed, and everybody's got a right, I think, to vent on the forums. As long as it's not, like, way over the top stuff, you know, like personal insults or threats or anything like that. Just let people get it out of their system. I know, obviously, people expect me to kind of go after it, but yeah, it's not worrisome to me to see people, you know, doing their jobs, hitting a snag and trying to overcome it. That's not worrisome to me. What's, you know, the things that worry me are missed opportunities. But you know what? 3.0 does present us with a new opportunity. Reclaimer's going to be done in September, man. Maybe you can include the Reclaimer in 3.0. I think that's a heck of an opportunity that CIG should take advantage of. Now, I don't know. I mean, maybe someone from CIG is watching this video right now and you're saying, yeah, but Minion, the salvage system isn't done yet, so we can't put the Reclaimer in 3.0. Up. Reclaimer in 3.0. That's what I'm saying. Make it happen, baby.
Quantum travel initiated.